From Astoria to the Rockaways, it's time for the Queen's New Yorker. And here is the man giving you all the info, your uber snazzy and jazzy host, Mr. Jason
Thank you, Jason Kelly. Welcome, everybody. Merry Christmas to you all on this season of Christ in Christmas. It is episode 43 of the Queen's New Yorker. Yes. Right here on YouTube, Instagram, if we can get the darn thing working, and a major announcement coming up. But it is Friday, December 27th. 2019, the last Friday of the decade. Oh, wow. Yeah. So this is a historic episode for us. We have some things to kind of clarify and give you a look into the future. Well, I hope your Christmas was a merry one. Mine was very quiet around here. And I hope you enjoyed the Christmas episode 42 where I gave you my message and 1,000 views. Only 8 people had looked at it so far, so I'm wondering because of the content of it. I'm not really sure. But anyways, I do want to thank everybody for over 1,000 views. We can't do it without you, so you are giving credit where credit is due. I don't take any credit for this. And again, I am not Queens. I'm Jason DeCanio, who lived in Queens. That's right. Specifically, South Ozone Park, Richmond Hill, that area. Not that far from Howard Beach. And maybe a little bit over a half an hour to 45 minutes to Long Island. So it wasn't that bad of a drive on the Southern State Parkway. Probably an hour from the city if I took the train. And I'm talking about Manhattan. So that's distance-wise, you could pinpoint my area to a specific spot, and that was my old neighborhood. Well, as of today, and this was going to happen January 1st, as of today, the Mixcloud page is officially closed. So you cannot access the Queen's New Yorker on Mixcloud anymore, because we're taking everything and we're moving it over to YouTube, which is where we are because that's where our audience is. As of today, we have 166 subscribers, 1,078 views total. The episode number 41, which was part 2 of the Rockaways, got a whopping 32 views, great comments, 6 of them. And we had 2 likes and a dislike. We know who the dislike is from. That's obvious. The episode 40, with the part 1 of the Rockaways, got 40 views, a like, and 2 dislikes. We know who the 2 dislikes are from. The comments are really good, folks. I'm really happy. We've had some disturbing ones, which I've kicked out automatically. Look, if you cannot post positively and talk about what's the subject here, you're going to be kicked out. So we don't want you kicked out. We don't want you deleted. We don't want you reported. We don't want anything bad to happen to you. So do the right thing. Make good comments. You know, whether it's to thank me for the content of the episode or where you lived, if you had some of these experiences in New York, that's what we want to hear. We want to hear good, positive things about the channel and where we're going with it. I'll read you some, and I'll thank these channels that have subscribed. Here's a comment from Futures Past. I guess she owns the channel. This was posted a day ago. She says, "This is where I lived when I was a child. I just subscribed. Great channel." I guess she lives in Woodhaven. So That's a great area. Thank you very much, Futures Past, for that comment. King TV says, cool. City, thanks. Let's keep the support going. So we got 2 likes on that. Thank you very much. Renzo PH, he said he subbed back, please. I did. Huzzy TV says, nice. Thank you. I said thank you and enjoy the channel. Trap Town second channel said, good job. Keep it up. Would you like to be YouTube friends? I said, I sure would. And already subbed to your channel. Thank you so much for the support. Den of Fun says, done. Number 154, hug back. And we had a little bit of conversation going there. Rick Storm TV, he subscribed. Thank you very much. Chow Shu Bao the Pomeranian gave a lot of monkeys and smiles. Boat covers everywhere. Boom, 132, thank you. These were basically some for subscribing to the channel, so that was good. Aye Tai Baeg says 111th Street Station. Wow, so nice to see this place. I subbed you, bro. Please hit me too. So I did. Emma's channel. This was my favorite of all comments. She says, wow, such a good host by your own show. Merry Christmas. And I said, oh, thanks, Emma. Been podcasting for 10 years now. Hope to take this channel to new heights and help the other Queens channels out there. And these are just thank yous for subscribing. So great. Please continue with the comments, folks. It shows that I'm doing good for you. Please thumbs up the video as well. It shows that we're going in the right direction. If you gave a thumbs down, please comment as to why. And if I think your comment is legitimate enough, I'll keep it up there and post it. I will post a negative comment, but I don't want any of these hater comments. I don't want no hate. I don't want no attacks, no trolls. You're going to give a comment and it's negative. Please try to be nice about the comment in a negative way and let me know what I could do to better the channel. Okay? This channel is for you and the members of Queens and the borough. Okay? Today's topic is we're in the Rockaways, as you probably know, and we've given you the whole breakdown of the 9 neighborhoods. And now we're going to go in depth of each one of those neighborhoods. We're going to start with the first one in alphabetical order. It's called Arverne. And it's a neighborhood in the borough on the Rockaway Peninsula. Now, it was initially developed by Remington Vernon, whose signature R, Vernon, inspired the name of the neighborhood. That's why it's called Arverne. Arverne extends from Beach 56th Street to Beach 79th Street. And along its main thoroughfare, Beach Channel Drive, alternatively known as Reverend Joseph H. May Drive. Okay, Arverne is located in Queens Community District 14, and its zip code is 11692. And it's patrolled by the New York City Police Department's 100th Precinct. Now, the original plan was to name the neighborhood Arverne by the Sea. That was Vernon's original plan. And one Grandoisie plan, influenced by his wife Florence, including a canal running through the neighborhood, reminiscent of the Amstel Canal in Amsterdam, or the Netherlands. And when this plan fell through, the canal right-of-way was converted into a thoroughfare, Amstel Boulevard, which, except for a stub west of Beach 71st Street, was later incorporated into Beach Channel Drive. Now, while Arverne became well-known as a beachfront community with inexpensive summer bungalows and hotels of varying levels of expense and luxury, as well as amusements and boardwalk concessions, it also attracted year-round residents. And on January 3rd, 1914, a violent storm devastated the peninsula's neighborhoods and swept 1,200-seat Arverne Pier Theater out to sea. Now, on June 15th, 1922, a fire leveled a large part of Arverne, leaving about 10,000 people homeless. And although the neighborhood was quick to rebuild, in 1928, a project to build 5,000 bungalows in Arverne was announced. Now, during the 1950s and 60s, the advent of commercial jet air travel encouraged people to travel to distant destinations during the summer rather than to local beaches and resorts. And as a result, many of Auvern's summer bungalows became vacant. New York City's urban renewal projects of the 60s leveled most of the summer resorts and some of the residences, many of which had been abandoned. The New York City Planning Commission approved the designation of a 302-acre Auburn renewal area in 1964, and 2 years later, the renewal area was expanded by 19 blocks. In expectation of the upcoming urban renewal, vacant bungalows were demolished. However, the renewal project was delayed, and a grand jury was convened to find the causes of the delay. A gap in funding from the U.S. federal government contributed to pressures to cancel the redevelopment. And in 1970, the city announced it would develop 970 apartments in Auburn by 1972. By then, only about 100 of the original 900 bungalows remained. Controversy later arose when the city decided to place 100 mobile homes instead of permanent housing for low-income Puerto Ricans. And by 1973, Mayor John Lindsay was calling for 500 of the 3,650 proposed housing units to be deleted from the Auburn redevelopment plan, and as of yet, the 970 apartments in Auburn had not been developed. When the city opened Auburn to redevelopment again in 1984, a 123-acre patch of Auburn only contained one structure, PS 106. In 1988, the administration of Mayor Ed Koch started asking for private developers to build on the site. The Dobos Point Wildlife Sanctuary was designated that year as part of the plans for redevelopment, and by 1991, the plans called for the construction of 7,500 apartments over 10 years at a cost of $1.5 billion. A 322-unit development of two-family houses, which started in the late 90s, became the first such development in the Auburn renewal area during its 35-year history to date. The rest of the area's development was canceled after an economic downturn in the 90s, and people started dumping garbage in Dobos Point to the consternation of residents, and according to a 2003 article in the New York Times. For nearly 4 decades, grand plans were offered for the 52-block stretch from Beach 32nd to 84th Streets, between Rockaway Beach Boulevard and the Boardwalk. There was to be a phalanx of mid- and high-rise condominium and rental apartment buildings, as well as more than $1 billion enclosed amusement area on the Auburn site to be called Destination Technodrome, or Technodome, with rides, movie theaters, and an indoor ski slope and a hotel. But early in the 2000s, Mayor Michael Bloomberg started to revitalize Auburn with new housing and parks. This built upon a movement started in 1999 when 40 houses were built in the portion of the Auburn renewal area between Beach 59th and 61st Streets. Auburn and other parts of the Rockaways increasingly got attention and press as the redevelopment of the beachfront continued. To improve pedestrian accessibility, a section of Rockaway Freeway beneath the station was closed to through traffic, and the Beach 67th Street Gaston Avenue station was renamed Beach 67th Street Auburn by the Sea as a symbolic recognition of the neighborhood's rebirth as a residential area and a summer waterfront destination. One of the largest developments, the 2,300-unit Auburn by the Sea, first opened to residents in 2006. And despite an economic downturn in 2008, the $1 billion development was mostly successful, and the units sold at prices of up to $1 million. By 2012, Auburn by the Sea was largely developed. The area has new retail establishments such as Stop and Shop grocery store, Chase Bank branch, restaurants, and Subway sandwiches. Phase 1 was completed in 2011. Phase 2 was begun in 2006. As of 2003, 97 acres of the Edgemere urban renewal area was to have 400 houses built within it. And of these, 47 acres would be houses, 35 acres would be a natural preserve, and 15 acres would be a segment of preserved dunes on the beach. Development continued with the start of construction on the Tides development in October of 2018. And by mid-2019, Auburn was undergoing gentrification as new businesses were opening in the area, which was still over 60% black and 20% Hispanic and Latino. And there is the historic look at the first neighborhood of the Rockaways, Auburn. Great history, and it continues to go into the new decade as we speak right now. Well, folks, next up on the list of the Queens neighborhoods, we're going to be looking at Bayswater. It's a short one, so we'll put Bayswater and Bell Harbor together. Two neighborhoods to look at in Far Rockaway, Queens. That's going to about do it for us today. Remember, friends, always be honest, be real, and keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. On the Queens New Yorker, right here on YouTube and Instagram. I'm Jason DeCanio. Have yourself a great day and a wonderful weekend. We will see you the next time for episode 44, right here on the Queens New Yorker. Bye-bye.
You have been watching the Queens New Yorker. This is Jason Kelly on a Jason DeCanio internet presentation. Thank you for your support.
Don't forget to subscribe to the David3000 Network for great more content like this one.